Vegetables. We know we've got vegetables on the map. Each new caravan group has 2 additional. I'm going to pick the 2 additional newcomers because I always struggle with having enough people to do everything. So I like to take as many possible new adventures as possible. So let's see what the Queen's Envoy wants. Have at least 6 humans for 60 seconds. That'll give us a small farm, +1 grain, and grain. We've got that already. We can easily get this. This will give us 2 extra villagers and some parts. I think I'm going to take this one. Small farm isn't as good as it used to be, but it is still a good thing to have if we can find some fertile soil. So this is complete 1 trade route. Multiplier 2 or higher for extra plank production. Always a very good thing to have. And this one is sell 10 amber. So I think this one in the long run will let us get those planks up and running and give us some more fuel, which we might spend as soon as we open that up. Paths for faster movement on roads and some stone, or 2 glade events for some extra people, tools, and planks. I'm going to go with this because we're going to do a glade event at least, and there's probably going to be a second glade event in this of some sort because things like abandoned caches and I think like rebuilding and salvaging, like what we did with the foragers camp, is also counted as a glade event. Yep, I've got that set to always avoid. All right, now everybody's got a house. Let's get some decorations up and running. What should we do? What should we do? Let's get a little fence in here. I always start out trying to be aesthetic, and then I end up placing just wherever I can get. We'll speed things up a little bit. I always try not to end up going on like 3 times speed because I miss stuff and waste time and don't get things done as efficiently as I should. Which is unfortunate. It looks like I missed a thing here. Get that one. Get that out of the way. Here, all this also, even though it isn't efficient, I do like to have a row of 2 to get into my my paths and stuff. It just looks nicer. So, and then we're at lower levels, so we can deal with that. Gonna move these guys over here so they're a little out of the way, and I can get this path. Well, I feel like I should build it like this. I'll probably eventually end up destroying that. And you do want to get a path all the way around here because people will gather around this when they're taking their breaks, and then that way, when they leave, they get a little speed boost from the roads. All right, we're into the clearance. I guess I could build the trader because I can just move it. I can build a trading post. We'll get some other stuff while we're waiting. The crude workstation and a makeshift post. If you don't know, the little arrow is where they go in and out of, so you want to have that facing. For a harvesting building, you want to have them facing what they're harvesting. And for other stuff, you want to have them facing like the road that they're going to go in and out of. Let's see if you have anything I want to trade for. Probably not early on. A plantation, that's really good. Plantations are really good. Cookhouse. Would that be good? Let's see. Skewers, biscuit, porridge. Biscuits, pickled good, porridge, biscuits, porridge. A cookhouse would be good. We don't have enough stuff to trade for it, though. So it's going to be a wasted visit from Zorg.
Hello. Oh, hello.
No, close out. That's what I wanted. All right, we've got 7 people, so let's get some people working here. Okay, that's up. Go in here and set my limits. I like to do 30. I usually don't have a problem with that for all of these. And then a 8, because there's a lot of multiples of 4. I usually have to up that later, but I don't want to waste too much of my stuff right now. If I have anything, which I don't. We'll just get that. You don't always want to check all of them because they will store just what they have, but for right now, we don't have a lot. We're going to do one of these. What do we have? We've got more. Those we'll do 12. So let's see what we've got in here. We do have some fertile soil. We've got large fields, which we have the harvester's camp upgrade. So we need a trapper's camp. We've got a cache there. We don't have anything for that. And then we've got this, which I could just burn down for some salt and some pickled goods. Give me a cellar, wine, pickled goods, packs of provisions. Feel like that would be helpful for trading. Trading is really, really strong. So, and we've got a totem of denial. Da-da-da. Global 3 resolve. But I don't have anything for it. I could try and get 10 wine. How much would that cost me? 2. Could trade some food for that. You don't have any tools for that cash, do you? No, you don't. I think that's worth it. I did. Yeah. Oh, crap. That was not worth it.
Hello.
Because it doesn't take wine. I am a big dum-dum. I don't think he has anything I can use for it. So it looks like we're going to be tearing that down. But right now we need to worry about this. Let's get the fox and a human. Shed hounds. We need a fox and a hound. I am looking forward to the bat update though. Those guys look really cool. I'm going to be getting those as soon as I can. We've got an abundance of oil. So we'll burn that down. Get some ancient tablets, which may come in handy later. Got extra people. I could just have them do that to get. It's not as efficient, but it's also not super time sensitive like this one is. Let's see what would happen. Storm duration increased by 100%. Oof, that's bad. And 1 impatient point on top of it. All right, while they're doing that, let's see here. What do we have? Oh, look at that, the trapper's camp, right off the bat. Now we need to think about this. Some people like the workshop because it gives you all of them, but you can usually get that from other places and eventually have everything sorted out. We've got extra wood, so coal production would be helpful, and bricks. Not the best way to make bricks, but let's grab that. All right, we've got 1 species, 2 races that like coats. And packs of building materials can be helpful. Copper bars. We don't have any copper yet that we know of. I wish this came up in other screens. I don't know if copper and coal and stuff will show up on this, like the mineable stuff. So we're going to hold off on that. Dye, biscuits. Pie. No one likes pie. I feel like the bakery is not great. We're going to go with the clothier. Although I do have one. Oh no, that's an artisan. Okay. Right. Okay, thought I had messed up. But nope, we're good. We can take that. Okay, so you guys are doing that. You guys are burning that. We're using a lot of fire. I don't know where you guys got those little flamethrowers from. We don't have the building for it, but I like how much you can zoom in to check this out. I tend to stay pretty far up though, just so I don't miss anything, or I miss less. We're gonna move you over here out of the way because nobody needs to walk over there. We're gonna get some roads built. Okay, everybody's got a house. This is a lesson I've learned, that getting everybody into a house before the first storm helps a lot, even if it isn't their unique species housing. We can get some stuff built even if we aren't gonna have the people. to run it yet. I can get farm and where's the farm fields? There we go. Farm fields. Yay. Should also get this going too. Because we should be getting some new people. We'll be getting more people from that. We can probably do that right now. I don't think anyone's gonna be homeless. Oh, there we go. Then we got more people building things. Gonna assign somebody else to this so they can gather. That one's almost done. And +1 wheat will definitely help with our farm, giving us wheat production. And there's our newcomers. What do we want? Foxes and humans or foxes and dwarves? I usually, especially early on, go for whoever gives me the most people. Sometimes later on I'll get picky about races and resources, but for right now, the more the merrier. New cornerstone, legendary cornerstone. Every even numbered year you get a legendary cornerstone. Except on certain maps. So let's see here. Wood production increased by 1, but harvesting and planting. We're already getting a farm, so that's probably not a great idea. I want to re-roll, see if we can get something better. Haven't seen any fishing stuff yet. We 10 completed trade routes. We'll have room for one more person. Miss Piercers. Nah, nothing super standing out to me. Gain 4 crystallized dew for every 20 resin produced. Caravans. That one again. I want to use all my rerolls. Do these trees give me resin? 15% chance of resin. You know what? Let's go with small distillery. Get some crystallized dew for the resin from our trees. Once in a while, maybe we'll find something that gives us resin as a better secondary than the 15% from the trees. We've got 3 people homeless and 9 people without work. So we need another house. Also going to move my wood people over to here, and I'll move them up here once they get those trees out of the way, and that way they can get out this bit. Put our foxes in there. Do a dwarf and a human, and then of course we do our humans on the farm because they are better at farming. We've got another trader, and we do have some stuff that we can trade for money. How much? We need 5 for that. Oh, and we have 5 because we got them, I think, from the caravan. But we can get 18. Well, probably, yeah, 15 after how the taxes work. No, wow, I can read very well. Great. All right, so we can get 12. Not always the best idea to do that because you can use those for stuff later on. I'm gonna go for this because we've got the clothier for it. I need 2 more amber. There we go. And then we'll get that. So we've got increased clothing production, which will be great because it'll make our humans and our dwarves happier. Okay. Kiln. I don't think we need to make the kiln quite yet. Although I should stop them from burning coal. Even though it's better, because it is a better sacrifice than oil is. But let's get the clothier made up. So we can start making some coats for people. Get that. So they'll clear out all that, and you can set them. Highly recommend setting avoid to glades except marked. And then we're gonna unmark that tree before they start harvesting it, hopefully. That way they'll clear everything. Oh, they're gonna clear it anyway. It's too late. Oh well, it's just a small glade, and we can get one of these up and running. as soon as we have the resources for it. But that's fine. I wanted to clear this out anyway. Discover 2 glades. That is unfortunate. 8 comfort, 6 packs of crops. We're going to be able to do packs of crops, so +3 human resolve, +3 humans, +2. Let's go with that one. We'll be able to make some packs of parts once our stuff gets up and running. Have resolve. Well, we can hit that, and that'll increase our... oh, we'll get more foxes and increase tea production. Let's go with that one. Because that one will clear right now, and then the rest, we can open a glade. Actually, we can complete a glade event right now, get some extra favor and some extra money. Okay, ooh. Plantation's good. And we know that small glade up top has some more fertile soil. Herb garden can be useful if you've got stuff that needs herbs. It can let you make tea and crystallized dew and stuff like that. But if we're going into clothes, I feel like I should get something to increase my fabric production. Of course, I get 2 more things to give me fabric production after that. But we're also going to be going to tea, and we know we're going to be getting a tea bonus. So I'm going to grab the tea house now, just to get it out of the way. Now let's see. What do we have? Trade route with a multiplier of 2. Can't do that quite yet. But we're not using this wheat yet, so let's sell that. Yep, you're making that. We have a bonus to trade route arrival too, so we should capitalize on that. Oh, we also need to build small warehouse. Well, I'll build it on this corner once this is done. Bump it up a little bit while we're waiting. Yeah, we need planks. I need something to, I've got that. Is that one gonna give me, which one gives me the plank production? The trade route one, of course. Well, we'll get there eventually. We'll get something that helps us with planks. We need 8 comfort decorations. Easiest thing to do is just slap down a garden. I'm going to be building my people out this way, so that'll give us 4 more. Pause that for a second. I do like the gate, but that's got a thing. I'd have to redig it. You know what? It's an easy game. We can worry about aesthetics a little bit, right? Well, I don't know if that counts. It's partially not in it. Eh, it's fine. We'll just... put some barrels there. Alright. Never mind. I do like the gates and the walls, but it is not meant to be at this current moment. But yeah, upgrading your hearth can be very important. Ooh, and I already have enough to get the 2nd level, so let's just go ahead and do that. Forager's Camp is out of nodes, so we can either shut that down or move it. What do we want to do? What do we want to do? They all need planks, too. Okay. Well, there's a little bit up there. So we'll get that like that. We'll get that set up to keep going. They're going. They've done their harvesting already. We could assign them to something here. Let's build a... Build a berry farm so we can assign them to something else once they're done. Well, once they get their stuff done for the... And we need another house real quick. We already used up our future proofing. Well, that's fine. One house wouldn't be too bad. We'll... Okay. There we go. That way everyone will have a house for the storm. No one's going to be upset. Alright, new trade routes every season. Do we have... Oh, we are making those. I need to shut that down. But that'll be an easy one that we can afford to get rid of. Doesn't give us a whole lot yet, but they'll get better as we go. Where are you? Yeah, we don't need you making that. You can make this, though. We'll say just make 8. They usually end up making 1 or 2 things more just because they don't realize it's full yet. But that's okay. Alright, as soon as they get done fertilizing, well, not worth the micromanaging right now. Once they harvest, though, during the, or finish planting, we'll move them over to here. They can get some stuff done. Actually, I say that, but got plenty of extra workers. And a new trader, and we've got more amber. So let's see here. Every 10 units of fish and scales used in crafting get +1 bait production. Nice. Be really useful if we had some of this stuff. Clay pit. I do have a clearance water thing that I'm going to be getting. So I could get that for resin. Especially because I think I'm going to do this because resin gives us crystallized dew from this little thing. So we're going to get the clay pit. We're going to get +1 plank production because we need it. And I have a lot of spaces. So let's get this harvested. I think we're going to get a second woodcutter's camp over here. And I totally forgot that we needed a small warehouse to speed some things up. See if we get any dwarves. Okay, we can. 431, 431. Well, I want more dwarves because we're working on stuff that they need. We need those guys who are good with handling wood. That one's out, but there is... Slow it down while we get some stuff managed. Okay. You guys can cut me a line into here, please. Pretty please. Woodcutter can't... So +1 vegetables, we could use that. I don't tend to take the ones about villagers leaving or dying, because I try to avoid that from happening. I don't know if this one's worth it or not. Gain 20 reed and 20 clay for each discovered glade. I don't tend to cut down that many glades unless I'm like going for a rush of them at the end game. So I think we're going to go with just increasing our woodcutters camp because they are getting a lot of bonus resources and stuff. So they're going to charge up a lot faster and fill up a lot faster. So we need to get that cycle going quicker. Well, we did get a small thing for scales and this over here. So let's... We've got 9 people without jobs to do. We're going to fix that. We're also going to get some shelter for everybody. That's 3, 6, 9 out of 8. So that's good. Berries. They want pipes. We're going to need pipes to upgrade. Well... Sell parts. Parts, you can't make parts, so selling parts is always a gamble. I think we'll wait on the trade routes. Unfortunately. Nothing near the foragers camp. Anything else that you guys could do? No. So we'll deactivate you. Get 2 extra workers, and we'll set up a stonecutters camp to get this bone sea marrow going. Only with bait? Yes. We'll put somebody else here to help with that. Ooh, okay, so we've got new people. Oh no, a ranch. Never mind, I thought that was a settlement. Well, we got a fishman cave. Don't have anything to bribe them with, or to chase them away. That is a problem. Minute 19. 12 minutes, and this will only take... Okay, so we can wait to see metals, fuel tools, building materials. Okay, so yeah, he can, we'll most likely be buying tools from him to chase them away. And then we've got some giant snail brood mothers to give us some meat later on. Oh, whoops, didn't have, I had the crops for a second, but they used it to make bait, which is, it's like a, very much a force multiplier in those ponds, so getting yourself bait is a very good idea. Alright, let's see, get some of these, get a, copper bars aren't going to be super useful for us because we don't have copper. Can always buy some from the traders if we want it, but flour and bricks, good brick production is good. I'm gonna use my reroll though. We're looking for planks. Plank production. Nothing, not a bit. Skewers and paste. We don't have anyone who eats paste. We need biscuits, porridge. Biscuits and porridge are our big ones. We could. Ale can be useful. Ale, porridge. We'll go with the brewery. Ale and porridge works well. And still no planks. I need planks. Spend some money. Let's re-roll again. Once or twice. I don't want to take it. Don't think I need them that bad. Religion and luxury, right? Humans and foxes. And yeah, if you don't know, if you hover over something, the blue highlighted ones will show you that you have that thing to produce or you have that species in your place. Humans and foxes, and they'll make this. So you know what? Let's just get the tea doctor. And look at that, we get a lumber mill for our last one. Good choice. Okay. Good deal. With this lumber mill produced. Kiln and crude workstation. I don't have anything. Well, I've got some, so we'll make some eventually. Let's just do this for right now, because all we're going to be making is clothes, so one person should be fine. It won't give us an abundance, so we won't be able to use them to trade or anything like that. Let's see what our new orders are. Services and 30 ale. We have a thing to make ale. Gives us 2 bricks for every 10 pottery, 2 pottery. So those feed into each other. This one gives us +1 brick production and gives us some stuff to make bricks with. So I think we're going to have to go with that because it's also going to be easier to get. Pack of crops and farm fields. I don't have caches here, so I have at least 2 hearths to level 1. We'll get that. I'm going to throw a hearth down in that other glade area that we opened up. I can make all of this. It gives me ale and some other stuff. This one we'll get on our own though. It'll give us extra fabric, 3 humans. This would be really good too, but I don't have 2 caches. And I don't know if I'm going to get to one. So we'll go with varied delivery. I've got the stuff to make it. And we need trade route with ×3 multiplier. So let's go ahead and get that done. Doctor, we're not going to build that right now. Is it under the food? Where's the clay pit? There we go. All right, we need tools, sir. And you don't have any tools? You lied to me, you bastard. Okay, how else can we deal with this? Food, we need stone. That or that. We might have to call another trader in here. Yep, we're gonna have to call another trader in once you leave, I think. That is highly, highly unfortunate. Because what's going to give us stone? Well, as soon as we finish that delivery, 2 minutes, 8 seconds. Okay, we might be okay. Yeah, because that'll take us down to 9. Probably going to overlap with the storm a little bit, so it's going to be a rough storm season. But we'll get there. We'll get there. Okay, we need people working this lumber mill. You're not going to worry about anything but planks for a while. And I don't want to waste all my wood on a poor plank production. So these guys are going to start cranking out planks and we're going to get some of this other stuff built that we've been waiting on for a while. Can I build a hearth? That's me letting it sit at too high of a time multiplier as well again, like I told you I would. Okay. Is that far enough away, or should I wait to get it, like, in here? Yeah, I like that. We're gonna clear this spot out. I don't have a pond for that. Okay, don't let them use any of it. Okay, 2 minutes. We'll do that. We'll probably have to cut out our, we'll turn off some of our wood cutters, because we've got plenty of wood and plenty of fuel, although I will need to get the kiln going. We're going to be building a thing here. We can build it there. Let's upgrade our geyser pump so we don't, higher capacity, and now we don't, it runs by itself. So that'll feed into this, giving us whatever we decide to get out of it. So it's definitely going to be resin and probably clay. I don't think we need to make any reeds with it, just because we've got like this, which is going to give us, we've got 145. We've got plenty of plant fiber. We don't need to use the reeds. Anything else I want to do? No, I want to keep that because we use that for tools and fox houses and whatnot. A fishman totem appeared nearby. Yeah, I know. Here, let's get our people ready. Probably didn't need to do all of them, but it's easier than just unassigning them one at a time. I could do this, but this will give us extra people that I don't know if we have housing for, so let's not do that in the middle of the storm. You also want to be careful when you accept your orders, because they do reduce your impatience, and higher impatience reduces your hostility. So if you're struggling with hostility, you don't want to cut your impatience down too quick, because that may end up screwing you over in the future. Okay, we've got both of these going up. We can assign a couple of dwarves to get them moving. We'll probably get some in the next caravan at the end of the storm. Another fishman totem has appeared. Now, if you have a fox on the fishman totem, they will their time reduction will basically make it so as soon as if you get them assigned right away, as soon as one crops up, the first one you assigned fell. So they usually aren't too much of a threat if you've got the right people for it. All right, we're just gonna be sitting here. Oh no, should just use my mouse controls for that. Let's see what we have trade route wise. We're not using salt in anything right now. So this is a pretty lucrative one too. 12 amber for a resource we're not using. That is a pretty good deal. Another fishman totem. It's like whack-a-mole. Okay. So let's get it. Yeah, we've got, yep, I was right, 2 people without houses. But, okay. Let's get you. Probably should wait for them to be reestablished, but that's fine. We can afford to put a human. No gathering nodes near the stonecutters camp. We'll put it here and deactivate it. I didn't mean to pick it up, but you kind of want to put your deactivated camps all in one spot if you can move them around for free. Just to keep your stuff organized. We don't need stone as bad. Having more foxes is nice. Foxes are easy to please, but they leave pretty quick if they're not happy. But they're good for working stuff, for working glade events, and I want to get this open next once we get the hearth and stuff down. So let's get yeah. Anybody eat jerky? Nobody eats jerky, so we're not gonna make any jerky. Okay, we've got some amber to spend. Tea production, so once we get that going, yeah, we'll do tea production. That way, once we get the tea production going, because we have the thing to make tea and the thing to utilize the tea. Oh, I forgot to hit the investigate button. Always remember to click your investigate button. There's nothing super good in there, but I have the amber to buy the 5 tools I need. Oh, I almost have the amber. What else do we have? We have packs of crops. We can use those. Okay, so boxes on that, get some extra stuff. Harvester's camp is out. Okay, I was just looking to get something. We could up our brick production. Looks like it's probably, oh well, no, we need tool production. We need tools. Tools are important. Tools are very useful to have. So having something that lets you make tools, especially now that we're making resin to get some crystallized dew with. That's what, every 20 resin produced, and this makes 4. It'd be nice if we could get something to increase the production of resin. Cornerstone, let's see if we've got anything here. Not really. We could do this, but we're not using rainwater and engines, which is something I don't utilize nearly enough. Ooh, I've got a lot of food stored. Lose all fuel. I've got a lot of fuel too, and not a lot of way to make it. Let's just get one part. Get extra parts for amber. We can either sell them or make them. Use them to make other buildings. Small fishing hut is also idle. Okay, let's see here. We're gonna make another clay pit. So we've got a lot of workers. We've also got a lot of houses we gotta build. You know, not fully utilizing. Nope, that's not what I want. That's what I want. Not fully utilizing the farm and the fields in it. We're also gonna build a trapper's hut to get that meat because we still got quite a few eggs to harvest. So we won't be getting any there anytime soon. No. I want the humans for the farm field. Probably only need to put like one actually to help them, realistically speaking. We do need packs of building materials. Don't want to use... Well, my planks are my renewable one, really. Yeah, I can sell some of this. Gonna save that. Okay, let's get you moved over to here. Still got a lot of people not doing anything. I'm trying to be more mindful of that. Sell 30 amber or 12 packs of building material. Traders arrive faster. We're gonna do this one. Traders arrive faster. If I had, it'd be great if I had the trade hub. That is one of the best cornerstones you can get. Lets you you get reputation points for selling stuff. Just as if you sell X amount of stuff, I think it's 60. You get 1 point for it, but it also makes the orders worth less. So that is an unfortunate trade-off. I think we've got clear enough space now, though. Small hearth. We'll just put it here where I've got some stuff. Now that does mean you have to do extra resources, spend extra resources for like fuel and whatnot, and you have to sacrifice another hearth keeper. Well, not sacrifice, but you know what I mean. Alright, we've got a storm coming in and we've got 12 people. Let's see, we need a human house. A dwarf house. Oh, we need 2 human houses, actually. We'll do 1 dwarf house, and once you get an upgrade, you can spend packs of building materials, which I thought I told you to make. I told someone to make them. You've only got 1 person here. We'll send another person to help you. And then fox houses. We've got enough to make 2 fox houses. Which will not be quite enough. So we'll make another regular shelter. Okay. Okay, we'll limit them to 80 coal. Because I don't want them to burn all of my wood. Let's have them start doing just a line. Get the big one. Yeah, there we go. We'll start going towards this, and that'll probably, if we don't end the game there, I'm gonna need some people. $10 packs of building materials. Got 10 packs of trade goods. So I'm using. Use it all. We're almost at the end anyway. How many packs of trade goods do I have? I have 10. Ooh, packs of crops. We don't need packs of crops. That's worth a lot. I can get 30 right. I can finish that right there. In the next 5 minutes, that's another point of the 3 we need. As soon as I move 2 houses over here. Oh, no, I need one more. You're being forcefully relocated. I could just sell 30 gold worth of stuff. 30 amber. Well, I think amber counts as value of goods sold. So, how much stuff? The answer is a lot. I don't know. Some reeds. It's fine. Yeah, there we go. Now we just need one more. We need the building materials. Where else can they build building materials? I'll let you guys do it too. You stop making anything but that. Nope. Unassign you so you can do that. Unassign you so you can do that. Soon as we just need 2 more packs of building materials actually. So as soon as these guys get done making their stuff, you can force delivery. Because I have lost a village before. I've had this all fill up while I was waiting for someone to finish their delivery. And there we go. We have completed a settlement. We could keep playing, but we're not going to do that. We're going to call that a day here. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. And hopefully we'll be making a lot more of these in the future. So stick around and I'll be posting more soon to come. Y'all have a good day. See you in the next one.